Welcome to episode 191 of the Prosperity Practice, the podcast that has you living your most abundant life. My name is Danielle Amos, and I am your host. This podcast is also a video that we're posting on YouTube, and it's a very special episode. We've called it, This is the First Step to Living Your Best Life. So you're going to need a couple tools for this podcast because I'm going to have you actually take action. The first step in living your best life is really discovering what it is you want and getting it on paper. In fact, getting it onto a goal card. Now, if you've been at an event with me, you've most likely received a goal card as your gift, or perhaps you registered for one of our programs. I love to send you this in the mail. So a goal card is a card that you carry in your pocket or your purse, and it has a statement written on it with a date, a statement that's written in a certain way that every time you look at the card, you feel the card in your pocket, you see it, it triggers you to get into the state of your goal achieved self. Now, in order for the goal card to work, quote unquote work, it has to be done a certain way. There are some steps that you get to take to activate this powerful tool known as the goal card. So research shows that those that have their goal written down are more likely to achieve it. In fact, 9 times more likely to achieve their goal than someone that just has it in their mind. Writing causes your thinking, and thinking is what is necessary for you to manifest your goal into the physical form. Now, what's interesting about thinking is that only 2% of people think. Now, what I mean by thinking, I mean like actually connecting ideas together, thought, taking the time to use your mental faculties to think, not like, what am I going to wear tomorrow? Or, what time should I go to bed? What would I like to eat for lunch? No, that's not thinking. See, 2% of people actually do the real thinking. 3% think they think, and 95% of people would rather die than think. That's a quote from Ken Blanchard. And when I heard my mentor, Bob Proctor, share it, I was like, what? And he's right. If you look at the average person or the masses, most people are going through their day as habitual beings and very rarely actually thinking. They're reacting based on their paradigm, the way that they've always reacted to life. So this real thinking, it takes something. And I'm going to guide you through how to take this first step to achieving a life of your frickin' dreams. Are you ready? So you're going to need a goal card. And like I said, if you're at an event with me, you most likely received a goal card or you've received this in the mail. And one side is a card that you write on with a QR code. And the other side has a be do have message, and it comes in a plastic sleeve. If you don't have that, get yourself a different card, like a blank business card or a recipe card, and write on it and use it the same way. And then I want you to carry it around with you. And yes, like I'm serious, carry it around with you. Put it in your pocket, your purse. For myself, I actually have several goal cards. One's in the back of my phone, another one in my wallet, and I've got several purses I use. So I put one in each of the pocket. Like I never want to be without my goal card. Okay. And it's got to be in a place where you'll see it often. And if not, you might want to set an alarm so that you review it often, because repetition is the key. So the goal card, it answers the question, what do you want? What is your goal? What is your vision for your life? A vision is just a long-term goal. It's like your, as far as you can see, that this life that you'd like to create, and a goal is a bite out of that. What is it that you want? Stop and really think. I want you to write and answer the question, if I had a magic wand in a universe where anything's possible, if I can be, do, and have anything, what is it? What is the impact that I'm here to make as this spiritual being in this human body with infinite potential? Ask yourself and get quiet. Let the pen write freely. If you knew that you wouldn't be judged for having it or doing it or being it, if you knew that others wouldn't be jealous or the neighbors wouldn't talk or your family wouldn't say anything, if you got over this idea that you're too young, too old, too fat, too skinny, what is it that you actually want? Write it out. And I encourage you to take pen to paper, do something nice for yourself, put comfy clothes on, grab some tea, light a candle, have a bubble bath, and do this several times so that you can relax and connect to your inner being's desires, your heart's desires. And start by writing a laundry list. And you may use 3 columns like be, what do I want to be? What do I want to do? What do I want to have? And then look at different areas of your life, in my career, in my personal life, my finances, my family. What is it? And make a laundry list. You may even find yourself doing some research or looking at other people, what they've accomplished. Allow yourself to be inspired and write it all down. Now, this list is just for you. It's not one that you need to share with anyone. So have the courage to admit it. Who are you? What do you want? And once you've written your laundry list, then it's a good idea to write it out in long form. So as a story. So just like, you wrote a story in high school or a book, or even think about it as a movie. I want you to write it out in long form in present tense as if you've already achieved it. Now, I'm going to warn you that the first step, writing this laundry list, that's pretty easy. Most people will put a few things on a list. But usually they get stopped from doing anything more than that. And what happens is they keep their desires in their conscious mind as this idea of something that they want, but they never get emotionally involved with it. They never actually create the story of them having it, being it, doing it. And this is where people get stopped. And I believe that it's your subconscious mind's way of keeping you safe. Your paradigm, your mental programming lives in your subconscious mind. And it is there to keep you in a box, to keep you doing what you're currently doing, being who you currently are being. It does not want you to grow, because growth is scary. And the prime directive, one of its prime directives of the subconscious mind, is to keep you safe. And so it stops you from actually doing the writing, the thinking work where you would get emotionally involved with the goal. And I hear people say things like, well, I don't want to do that. Like, because what if it doesn't happen? Then I'm going to get disappointed. And I get it. And it will never happen if you don't get emotionally involved with it. So stop protecting yourself from this because of this fear of failure. I want you to do it anyway, like write and get emotionally involved. Allow yourself to feel what it would feel like to have this life. And recognize that it's just your paradigm trying to stop you, to keep you safe by keeping your goal in your conscious mind. You're not going to fall for it. Now, here's the thing. Your paradigm, your mental programming, like I said, its job is to keep you stuck. And unless and until you change this program and you go to the root cause, your results will go up and down. So if that's happening to you, I want you to know that it's just their paradigm. You want to go to the root cause and change it. And that's exactly what I show you how to do. So if that's happening, follow up with me. Send me a message, book a call with our team. Let us help you, because that paradigm is sneaky. So let's go back. So you want to write out your goal and write out your story as if your goal has been already achieved. Write it out in as much detail in present tense as possible. Write out all the experiences, like what does your life look like now that you've achieved this goal in the different areas of your life? How has life changed? And remember, you've got a magic wand, so don't be logical about it. Allow yourself to dream up the best case scenario. The best case scenario. Like, why cheat yourself if anything is possible? Have the courage to write it out. So this might look like, a long movie. It may look like just a few pages. Whatever it is for you, do the work. And once you have it written out, I want you to repeat it, record it, listen to it, visualize it. Because what's happening now is the more that you repeat it and you allow yourself to become emotionally involved with it, the goal is being planted in your subconscious mind. And anything being planted in the subconscious mind must move into form according to law. This is the law of perpetual transmutation of energy. And as you focus on it and you feel it and you act from this place and you see the world from this place, in that moment, you're acting as if it's already happened. You're attracting all that you need for the manifestation of that goal. And beautiful magic starts to happen. Now, it's not really magic. What you're doing is you're just leveraging the laws. So you've got now this long goal, this movie on paper. From there, I'd like you to see the next step, because it's not yet on your goal card, is it? So the next step is to paraphrase it. And so you're going to go from a very detailed writing into a summary, like a paragraph, and write out that summary. And what happens is the summary or the paragraph it just summarizes that lifestyle, that goal that you wrote out. And then from there, you can make it even shorter and write it in a way that you can get it on your goal card in just a sentence or two. Now, a mistake that I see a lot of people do is that they just write a goal on the goal card and they don't do this thinking work. They don't do the writing work behind it. And so what happens is, like I said, they keep it in the conscious mind, and the universe doesn't, nothing happens with an idea in the conscious mind. It's not until you become emotionally involved with it, because this is when you plant it in your subconscious mind, you're also planting it in the super subconscious mind of the universe. And the universe then moves it into form through you. This is the law. So do the thinking work and summarize it. So the way I always explain it to clients is, the first step is to create your movie, write it in present tense, positive words, this life that you love, only talk about what you do want, not what you don't want. And then from there, this is like the movie, I always say, like Pretty Woman. So Pretty Woman is a long movie. It's, written where it's always in present tense and these beautiful memories. And then from there, a movie has a trailer, and a trailer is a summary of what the movie's about. And if you can watch the trailer, you get an idea of what the long movie's about. So the trailer is like your paragraph that you're writing, the summary. And then from there, a movie always has a poster, and the poster triggers the idea of the movie. So that just like your goal card, it's like the poster. When you feel the goal card or you see the goal card, immediately you're going to be able to play the movie in your mind. Just like if I see the Pretty Woman poster right now with Julia Roberts in that outfit, the white shirt, the high boots, the blue skirt, that dress, right away my mind goes and I'm playing scenes of that movie, from when she's in the bubble bath and puts her head under, when she the oyster goes flying, or the mussel goes flying, and she's a slippery little sucker. It's like I'm able to play the movie because I know it so well. I become emotionally involved with it. The same thing with your goal card. When you feel the goal card, it will trigger you playing this future memory on the screen of your mind and getting emotionally involved with it and being right there in the movie. And the more times you do that throughout the day and keep your goal top of mind, become obsessed with it, the faster it moves into form. You're literally going to crowd out all other ideas except for this goal, that this life that you know that you deserve. So these are the steps, but you got to do the thinking work first. Now, if you get stuck or you need some help, this is where our team can help you. We've got 2 calls that you can book, and there's a link on our website, or you can go to my Instagram at the Danielle Amos. One is a clarity call. So you book them with the same link. You can just make a note of which one resonates with you. The first is a clarity call where we have you repeat your goal. You tell us in your own words about your movie, this life that you're creating. And our team, they're trained to listen for hidden beliefs, energy that is not in harmony with you achieving that goal. And they're also trained to listen for gaps, or if it's detailed enough, because your image must be very detailed with tons of emotion in it and engaging the senses. So they'll give you some feedback on your goal and what you wrote. The second type of call is called a strategy session. And this is where we move you through your goal and beyond that. And we identify the shifts that you're going to need to make, the growth that you're going to need in order to achieve the goal. Because the truth is, the person that you're showing up as now is not a match vibrationally for the goal that you've written down. And how do we know that? Well, if it was, you'd already have achieved the goal. So there's a paradigm shift that gets to happen. And so depending on where you're at with that, we have resources that will gift you or recommend that you invest in for your next level growth. Now, there's always something for someone. Always, we have some next step. And so this strategy session is to help you see what that next step is and how we can support you along the way. So go ahead and go to my Instagram and book that call. It's free. It's a complimentary call with our team. And both our team members have time in their calendars to serve you now. They do go quickly each week. So when you hear this, book it. So the first step in you living a life that you love is understanding what that life looks like. What is this life that you love? Writing it down and getting it on this goal card is key. Now, I mentioned that repetition is also really important. You have to become obsessed with this goal. Like, it's obsessed in such a good way. It's what you know is happening. You know that your growth, the things that you're attracting into your life are a response to the goal that you have written down on your card. Now, that's not true for everyone, because most people don't have a clearly defined goal. They're wishy-washy about what they want. And so they're attracting wishy-washy things into their life. People, circumstances, opportunities. Some things look good and then they go away. And then we say things like, oh, I knew it was too good to be true. No, it's not that it was too good to be true. It was that you're wishy-washy, that you weren't a match for that goal. And so it doesn't stick around long. But when you have clarity, when you get a goal on a goal card and you understand how the universal laws work, you'll understand that absolutely everything that you're attracting to you is to create the life that you love, and it's part of your growth. The entire purpose of a goal is growth, not to get. The getting is a byproduct. And so as you attract circumstances, people, opportunities into your life, when you have clarity on what you want, you'll know that you're moving in the right direction, closer towards your goal, even when the outside appearance of the thing that you've attracted may not look like it's moving you in the right direction. You'll have faith that it absolutely is. It must be, because it's how it all works. So if this resonated and you love more, I'd love for you to reach out. This is exactly what I do. I teach you how to go to the root cause of your results, your subconscious mind, and reprogram your mind so that you are a match for this life that you know you deserve to live. Thank you so much for being here, for following your intuition, to listening to this podcast episode today. I know that you can be, do, and have anything that you desire. I know that you get to have it all. And I know that this life is for growth and fun and ease and grace. Let's lock arms and do this together. I believe in you. I see you. I know who you are. Thank you for being here. If this resonated, please give us a 5-star review on our podcast. Please share it with others. Reach out to me on social media and carry your goal card. Set your alarm in your phone to look at it often. Repeat it, feel it, and know it's moving into form. I love you and expect abundance.